fire spinning moves that I find are good and safe and minimize the wick to skin or wick to body contact. This is not what I would be wearing. Probably not such a good idea with fringes. You want to tie your hair back or spray it down, use a bandana. Wearing all natural fibers, all that safety jazz. But I just want to go over some moves. So I have about a 36-inch hoop with 3 wicks. I like that because I can see where the wicks are and I can grab in between them. And it's just a little less overwhelming, a little less heavy. So some moves I like with this are passing around the body, just keeping an eye on where the wicks are and grabbing in between them. And the helicopter. And the two-handed helicopter. Whatever this is, isolations, anti-spin. Usually I just do 3 pedals, because if I try to do that bottom one, my wick will usually hit the ground. Weave, so long as I'm keeping my arms and my hoop up as much as possible. Z spins. You can also do palm spin. You're comfortable. On body hooping, keeping arms up. I would normally be wearing sleeves as well. And if you're feeling a little adventurous, down to leg hooping. I wouldn't necessarily do too much one-legged hooping because you don't want to lose your balance when you're on fire. But I mean, it's up to you. Vortexes. Halos, lassos, whatever you call it. Yeah, just anytime you're gonna fire, make sure you practice and find out what you can and can't do. Because, like, my moves that I use normally, I do a lot of these folds, and anytime I do this, the wick is hitting me, so I really have to be mindful of, okay, this is what I can use, this is what I can't use. So, this is some other ones. Whoops. Being mindful of where your hands are. Oh yes, and step throughs as well. Passing off. Can do tosses. Just trying to catch in between the wicks. Fake out body roll. So yeah, those are some ideas for you if you're not really sure what some good sort of beginner fire hooping moves are.